Hello everyone. In this video, we will learn about Pythagorean Theorem. No one came through schools and learned mathematics without learning this famous theorem bearing his name. Before we get into his theorem, I would like to mention some uniqueness of his philosophies. In many of his teaching, he mentioned that reality is mathematical in nature. The deepest level of life is mathematics, which I strongly agree. Each and every number has its own significance. The brain is the locus of the soul, which described as moving number. His theorem stated that in the right triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the square of the other two sides. So let's take a look at our triangle ABC, indicated right here. Okay, so in this triangle ABC, note that C equals to 90-degree angle. C is equal to 90 degrees. Opposite for this angle C is a small letter c. Denote the hypotenuse. And the hypotenuse is the side that is right opposite to the 90-degree angle, is also the longest side in this right triangle. For angle A, across from angle A is a small letter a. Across from angle B, or opposite from angle B, is the small letter b. So according to Pythagoras, I will have c squared will be equal to a squared plus b squared. So to solve for c, I need to take the square root of both sides. So square root of c squared equal to square root of a squared plus b squared. So therefore, c is equal to the square root of a squared plus b squared. Square root of c squared is equal to c. So let's take a look at how this theory presents itself in terms of number. So in this figure, note that I have this hypotenuse equal to 5. Okay. Hypotenuse is 5. This side is 4. This side is 3. So if I take 5 and I square that, I should have it equal to 4 squared plus 3 squared. So let's check that. So this 25 equal to 16 plus 9, so which is equal to 25. Alright. Okay. So we are going to make sure that we remember this theorem. So in these formulas, you are solving for C. Okay, so you are solving for C. So what happens if you have to solve for A? So to solve for A, this is the formulas. So note that. So to solve for A, this is what I have to do. Okay, so according to this theorem, I will have c squared equal to a squared plus b squared. So what I do is I will bring b squared over to the other side of the equation, and I have a squared left. Then my next step is I have to square both sides. Again, square root of a squared is equal to a, therefore a is equal to the square root of c squared minus b squared. So which is what we have in these formulas. So similar to that, if I have to solve for b, again, I have c squared equal to a squared plus b squared. So to solve for b, I will move a squared over to the other side of the equation, and I subtract a squared. So I have b squared left on this side. I take square root of both sides. Square root of b squared is equal to b. Therefore, b is equal to square root of c squared minus a squared. So which we have it in this case. Alright. So let's move on to the example. and we are going to solve for a certain side in a right triangle. Okay, again, I would like to remind everyone that in any right triangle, make sure that we have a right triangle to work with. C always represents the 90-degree angle. Opposite side of this angle is the hypotenuse, and we need to denote this small letter C to present that our C equal to 90-degree angle. So opposite to angle A is a side A and denoted as small letter a. Opposite to angle B is a side B and denoted as a small letter b. So example 1. In the following right triangle ABC, given A equal to 12 and B equal to 6, determine C in 2 decimal places. So note that I don't label this triangle at all because I leave that for you. So we need to label this triangle correctly before we can solve for this triangle. Okay, so for this triangle, I always have to label this angle as the C, which is the 90 degrees. So this is a small letter C as hypotenuse. Okay, and you can make this angle as A, and you can make this angle as B. Okay, or you can make this angle as A and this angle as B. As long as across from A or opposite to A, you label this as side A. Opposite from B, you label this as B. Alright, so let's solve for this. I have A as 12, B as 6, and I need to solve for C. Okay, so solving for C, I need to use these formulas. Okay, so that is the formula that I need to use. So C equal to the square root of A squared plus B squared. So I should have square root of 12 squared plus 6 squared. So if you key all of this into your calculator, I would like you to remember the brackets. Okay, you need to tell the calculator to calculate the value 12 squared plus 6 squared first, and then your last operation that you take the square root of the sum of these two squares. So make a note of that. Okay, but if we do step by step, we should have square root of 180, and square root of 180 will give me 13.4164 centimeters. But I need to round this number to 2 decimal places. So rounding to 2 decimal places, I need to round the number 1, and I have to look at number 6. So 6 is greater than 5, therefore I have to increase 1 by 1, so that will give me 13.42 centimeters, and final answer in 2 decimal places. Okay. So let's continue on with example number 2. In the following right triangle ABC, given C equal to 22.5 and A equals to 15.5. Alright, so what you need to remember is that we need to label the triangle, and we need to label it correctly. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I will label this angle B, and I label this angle A. Okay, as long as I have opposite to A is the small letter A, and it's equal to 15.5. B is the one that I have to look for. Okay, and C is a 90-degree angle. Opposite to this 90-degree angle is the hypotenuse C equal to 22.5. So to solve for B, I need to use these formulas as we derive up here. So this is the formulas that we need to use. Alright, b equal to the square root of c squared minus a squared. So it will be equal to the square root of c squared minus a squared. So 22.5 squared subtract 15.5 squared. Again, I will put this in the brackets if I use the calculator and do everything in one step. Okay, so make note of that. And if I do step by step, I should have this equal to square root of 266. Square root of 266 will give me 16.3095 centimeters. But I need to round this to 2 decimal places. So therefore, I need to round this number 0. So I have to look at that number 9. 9 is greater than 5. Therefore, I have to increase 0 by 1. So I should have 16.31 centimeters as my final answer. So basically, what we need to remember is in working with this type of problem, we need to remember that we need to label our triangle correctly. Okay, C is always the hypotenuse opposite to the 90-degree angle, and it doesn't matter where you label A, you label B, as long as you know that opposite to angle B is a small letter b, opposite to the angle A is a small letter A. Alright, thank you.